Namaste. Namaste, Dr. Manisha.
Good morning. How are you, Shruti?
Good morning. I am very well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Great to see you.
Same here.
I see there are some more people online. So, and we have a few minutes to start. So, if people just want to switch on their cameras and say hello, that will be great. Welcome, everyone.
Hi, Dr. Manisha.
Hi.
How are
Hey,
you?
Kalpana, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. I'm glad we got you
Namaste.
finally.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So good to see everyone again.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, good to see you all.
Hi, Michelle. So, thank you, Kalpana, for connecting Dr. Manisha to us.
No, no problem. I'm
Thanks
glad
to you that
yeah.
she's here today.
No issues. I mean, I could only think of my old teachers, right? Whenever, like, they're always looking for speakers like once a month. So I'm like, oh, Dr. Sahas will be too busy. Maybe Dr. Manisha will be perfect, especially with doing like a lot of women, right? And skin and beauty. And I was like, okay, I think perfect.
Yeah, actually, a lot of members in the community are very interested in skincare and beauty. So I think people are very fascinated to hear from you today, Dr. Manisha.
You probably noticed, right, Shruti? She's an expert in that area.
Yeah.
I don't mind many, but one of her passions, I think.
Not expert, but
Yeah, it's particularly hard. I feel like all the cases that come. I mean, whenever somebody comes for a skin consultation, it doesn't. It's very difficult. It won't go away immediately, right? And I don't know if it'll ever go away. Like those dark patches. I feel it's very difficult. What do I say? I mean, yeah, it is vata, but I don't know. It's very difficult, challenging. I feel skin.
Yeah, it is. No, especially skin diseases. It's challenging. It takes time to heal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, even eczema, that's the most common one, right? Even that I feel like, and they say they have had it forever. Like recently I spoke to somebody, she says throughout her life she has had apparently eczema, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Right. So,
how,
and today is also
And all
Guru
these
Purnima.
students are all these Ayurvedic students? Or
Yes. So actually, all the community members are already studying Ayurveda. So many are from Kerala Ayurveda, some from Mount Madonna, some from SCU. We have a good mix of members from a variety. So some may be starting AWC level, AWP level. Some are at doctor level. Some also have their Ayurvedic business or some other business where they are trying to integrate Ayurveda. So the audience is definitely more committed to Ayurveda already.
Yeah.
So if anybody else would just like to say hello before we start, we'll just give it a few minutes and let people join. Feel free to switch on your camera and say hello. While people are joining, I can also just say a few words about how we plan to do the event today. So for those of you who are new, this is basically a casual interview format. And so it's going to be very conversational. We'll ask questions to Dr. Manisha, and I'll also take breaks for audience questions. So feel free to, post your question in the chat, or when we break, you can also switch on your camera and say your question in person. But the idea is to basically, get to know about Dr. Manisha's practice and keep it very conversational, different from a classroom setting. So that's the idea. Jaya says hello.
Namaste.
Hi, Tracy. Great to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Nice to meet you, Manisha ji.
Namaste. I like your bindi.
Thank you. We're doing a 13-hour puja in the house today. So this is my break.
Which kind of puja?
I'm sorry?
Which puja?
For Guru Purnima.
For Guru Purnima. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very special occasion today.
Special day today.
All right. So we'll get started because I'd love to chat with you and get us started, Dr. Manisha. So as I mentioned before, if folks have questions or comments, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and then we'll take them when we break for questions. All right. So thank you so much.
Am I supposed to see that in the chat box, or you will tell me?
We'll tell you. We'll read out the questions, and Michelle, who's actually one of the CTA organizers, she will help us navigate some of the questions that come through in the chat. So that's the general idea. All right. So without much further ado, welcome everyone. Happy Guru Purnima. Happy Friday. Great to see you all today. And thank you so much, Manisha ji, for being here. You have an amazing wealth of experience, and we are very excited to speak with you today and to learn from you today. And many of us, many of the community members may have already been your students. So on their behalf, I would also love to wish you especially Happy Guru Purnima today. So why don't we just start by talking a little bit about your
before we start, welcome everyone. Good morning and happy Guru Purnima. Thank you, Shruti, Kalpana, and whoever is on the board. So thank you for having me on your show. And it's a beautiful platform what you have created. So, it's just all these Ayurvedic students is apart from the classroom setting. Yes, what you can, there's always is a learning process. So, whenever you will have interact with different teachers and, different colleagues. So that's how you will learn and grow. So thank you for doing this and welcome everyone. So today is Guru Purnima. It's a special day. So we will chant simple shloka.
Sure.
If you know, I'm just chanting Guru Brahma. So if you know, you can chant with me. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namaste. So Guru Purnima, Gu means two words, Guru. So Gu means darkness and Ru means remover. Okay, so whoever removes the darkness and show us light or lead us to a right path, that's called Guru or teacher. And so according to lunar calendar, it comes in the full moon of this month. And so that's why it's called Guru Purnima. So you make Guru the first time, or your first Guru is Mata, your mother. So Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, and then Acharya Devo Bhava. So first is your mom, yeah, and then your dad, and then you find teacher or guru to learn and to grow and thing. I would say it doesn't have to be the same thing, or it doesn't have to be, elderly person than you, but means you can make guru to anyone. We learn many things from little kids. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very nice.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Manisha, I was thinking maybe let's start with talking a little bit about your practice. So, I've noticed as we've spoken with many Vedyas, some of them are also our gurus, and they, share about their practice. And everyone has a, unique perspective on how they like to practice. So, would love to learn a little bit about, what your practice looks like in Ayurveda.
So we are here in Santa Cruz, California. Me, Dr. Suhas, and our son also, Dr. Manas, he also joined recently our practice. So it's a team, and we have Panchakarma Center, and we see all kinds of clients. So we have been here past 15, 17 years in California, but before we were in many different places. So
Right.
we were traveling a lot. And but now we are here. I think we are settled down.
Yeah, you've also, I believe you have also lived in Hawaii and practiced there for many years as well, right?
Oh yeah, before we came to California, we were in Hawaii, in Kauai. And our practice was also amazing there. But before that, we traveled a lot around the globe.
Oh, okay. Where all are some places where you lived and practiced?
So we left India in 93. So me and Dr. Suha, so we had practice in India. And it's a story. You want to listen?
Yes, of course. That's exactly why we do these sessions.
So we were practicing, after our marriage, and then one day we came from our practice, and then phone rang at the home, and then my mother-in-law, she picked up the phone, and then she was, hello, hello, and then someone was talking in English, and then so she immediately gave that phone, hey, Suhas, please take this. Someone is talking in English. So he picked up the phone, and then so the phone call was from Maharshi movement, okay, and it was from Delhi, and they said both of you have chosen to come to abroad to teach Ayurveda. That's it. And then we didn't know who is he, and we didn't know what they are talking about. And then so after that, we realized that somebody like our teacher recommended them our names, because the Maharshi movement, they were looking for Ayurvedic couple.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Who would like to go to abroad. And so they have chosen us. And so, that time we just heard what they want to say and what we are supposed to do and everything. So, and then we were thinking, because we didn't have our passport, we didn't know. We've never been in a plane. And we had our practice, and then we don't know where to go. We don't know how is the nature of the work and what we will do and all these things. And then we told them, after next phone conversation, we told them we don't have passport and we never been to abroad. And they said, don't worry about that. We will take care of that. You just come here. Are you ready? And so, at home, we started talking about, with my in-laws. And then, so we had our son, he was 2 years old. And so what my in-law said, okay, we don't know where you are going. We, don't know your nature of the work, what you will do, where you will stay. And it's all about it, all about that. So if you want to go, both of you go, but I won't let this grandkid to go with you. And we will take care of him here, and then both of you go and find out what it is.
Right.
But you should go. You should not lose this opportunity. And so, it was encouraging for them, but it was tough decision for us, leave
Right.
our 2-year-old kid behind and go. But
Right.
we did that, and we went, and then we went to, first thing we went to Holland. And so there was this Mershid's main center. And then they told us, what's your nature of your work, and so you need to go to different places where they had centers everywhere. And so you need to teach Ayurveda, you need to teach yoga, and in general.
Right.
And so we accepted that, and then we did that 1 year, and then we liked that. They liked us, our work and everything, and so we decided to continue that.
Okay.
And so we came back after 1 year to India, and then we got our son, and then we came back again. So after that, we just traveled everywhere in Russia, in Europe, all
Right.
countries. Yeah.
Right.
And every 6 months, we used to travel in a different country.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So wherever we go, so we used to do Ayurvedic consultations. I used to teach yoga, giving lectures. It's all about that. So
Right.
we traveled a lot.
That's incredible. What a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. and we learned a lot. It means, it was a great experience.
Right.
Yeah, because that time it was not that much popular, Ayurveda, and forget about the herbs and everything, Ayurvedic formulas. So
Right.
we have to rely only upon diet and lifestyle changes. That's
Right.
it. But
Right.
it worked. It worked.
That's a very
Yeah.
interesting point. So I guess to go completely from, practicing in India, you were going to all these different countries and you were moving around. So obviously you didn't have a clinic or, place where you have
No.
all of the
Yeah.
herbs and all people, a lot of people to help you. So you really had to make do with probably the very basic fundamentals. So that's incredible.
Yeah. And especially with kids. They used to also, come with us and travel. And so they used to change. So, change their school from here to there. And so they also learned many different things. It was amazing experience for them.
Right. Right.
Yeah. They learn many different languages, wherever they go, they made new friends immediately. And, so that's how they learn flexibility. And
Wonderful.
I think that's the biggest, thing in order to, it's a life lesson.
Wonderful. Very nice. And I guess it also shows so much, courage as a couple to kind of leap into the unknown and also your family to support you with that. So that's wonderful to hear that.
My in-laws, my parents, everybody supported. And so, that time, in India, we don't speak English, and at least in Maharashtra, we are from Maharashtra. And so, it was not like that. I used to speak in fluent English, means, so for me, it was very difficult. And so going from this place to other place where you don't know about English also. So, when you suppose go to Germany, when we went to Russia, so we had a translator everywhere.
Okay.
And so through that, so that's how we did. And
Right. So what were some interesting, I guess, as you must have had to adapt your practice as you're talking, like as you were traveling to different countries. What were some changes that you started to make in your practice with this experience?
so when we were traveling, so wherever we go, it depends upon the, the environment, it depends upon the season, and it depends upon people. So we had to make changes, and so we did that. So say when we were in Russia, so we didn't have herbs, we didn't have anything, so only few spices. Okay. And when we talk about diet, so it's in Russia, it's 6-8 months is snow, and so
Right.
they don't get vegetables apart from beets, potato,
Right.
and carrots. Yeah, it's
Right.
only the vegetables
The
they get
root
in winter.
vegetables.
And,
Correct.
and so what you will tell, and how you will tell, you have to eat greens and you have to eat this and that. But, it was, so it means we had to become more creative in order to
Right.
work on that client. And don't forget about herbs, we didn't have any herbs, but
Right.
yeah, teaching talked about meditation, talk about yoga, just
Right.
breathing techniques. So it depends upon the client. So we also learned, we had to adopt
Right.
what they are saying. And so when we went to Brazil, so it was a little bit similar to India, and so we felt better. And so we had some herbs like neem and mango and curry leaves, all those things like in India. So we better. And so we did one step ahead. So we thought, okay, now we have these herbs, and people are feeling good, and now we are feeling comfortable. So let's do some treatments. And so we decided to do kind of Panchakarma treatments. And so, but we didn't have any massage table or anything. But so we so we tell our we told our clients to get the wood, and so to create a table from that. And we did that, and so we created a table, and then it's all about that. So, and then we started getting oils, and we did some treatments. So it's everywhere, it was like fun and different thing. And we also learned, and how we can change. It's not only we have to have that in the like square that you will tell these things to client. No, so that was amazing experience. And then after that we went to Hawaii, so we had their Panchakarma center, and then now we are here, and so it's everything is available. So
Right. So I guess when you went to Hawaii, was that your first time having, like after India, that you had your own center after all of those travels? So what were some of the things that you felt like now that, we have a center, like this is really important, this is essential to our practice, and we must have this?
It gives you stability. It's not only for us, but for clients also. So, client also feels supportive. Oh no, they are there, they know where to go. I mean, nowadays, since we traveled everywhere, so we have clients from all over the globe.
Right.
And so frankly speaking, since still is 15-17 years, we are here in Santa Cruz. But we don't have that many local clients. We have more clients from around the globe. And so, but it's always from patient's perspective, it's if they have any local support, they feel good about, that. So what we learned from pandemic, so we were doing virtual, but patient did not like that. And now as soon as it started open, so patients started coming in person, and now they are saying, oh, now we feel so much better,
Right. And so I guess, for a lot of students here who are joining today, we are still learning, and we are still in the on the way to creating or establishing our first practice. So I guess my question, which and could also be on their mind, is that, when we think about setting up our first center, like what are some essential things that, you should really think about having? Like, is it necessary to have like some sort of like herbs, certain like oils, certain like Panchakarma modalities that you should be offering? Like how should people setting up their first practice like think about, what is really essential to their practice?
It's a good question, but it depends upon everyone. It's like where you are and what's your situation, and whatever are the given situation, you have to work through that. So I would say it's ideal, yes, you have to have your own room or whatever. You have to have your own massage table, you have to have someone, massage technician, and then all those things, but it's not necessary. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not necessary at the first time. You will grow into that, but the first thing is, there are, I have some students, and what they have started their practice in Starbucks because they didn't have they didn't have place. Okay,
Right.
some students, they take their clients to the beach. Some students, they take their clients to the park. So it doesn't have to be, it's a different situation. So whatever you are into, so the connection is important. It's between
Right.
healer and healy, the
Mhm.
energy, that is important. It's, these are kind of secondary things. You have to have nice center, and you have to have the herbs,
Right.
how you are connecting with your client, that is important.
Mm-hmm.
The
Very,
energy.
very good point.
And yeah, and Ayurveda talks about it. It's just like feeling your pulse, feeling your client's pulse, and that's how there is a one way to connect.
Right.
But nowadays, since we do this virtual, so it's not possible. But how do we connect? Is just with the interaction, and that energy is important. That trust is important. So you need to gain that trust, faith from your client.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then whatever you give, it doesn't matter. My teacher used to say, even if you give soil, clay, in a capsule,
Yeah.
he will feel better.
Right. Right.
But he needs to have some kind of trust, faith in
Right.
you, period.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Very good point.
Yeah.
So I guess as you
Mind over matter. Yeah, somebody responded. Yep,
correct.
that's correct.
Yeah. Good point. So I guess related to this is, as you're saying, like connecting to rogis and really forming that relationship with them. Do you find that, as you've been practicing, what are the most common types of issues that people are coming to you for?
Especially to me, I see clients with skin condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Dr. Suhas is expert in astrology. So, some clients, yeah, they go to him, whoever are interested in astrology, medical astrology. Our son also is more with sports and sports medicine, and it's more like diet and meditation and all about that. So he sees like that kind of clients, and I see more skin conditions.
Okay.
More women, more skin condition, more yeah, from any range, from babies, any babies skin rash, or to old age, any.
Right. How did that happen? How did you start to, was it, people were just coming to you, or were you interested in that area? How did that
No,
happen?
I was, since my childhood, I was interested in skin somehow. Because maybe because of my grandma used to, in India, it's a joint family, and somebody is like sick with someday with, there are so many things. Yes, today your father will tell, oh, I have some headaches, so give me something, and so grandma will make some kind of concoction, and then tomorrow my aunt will talk about, oh, I have menstrual cramps, please give me something. And then so my grandma will make something. So I grew up kind of this kind of environment, and I was watching my grandma, like what she makes, and it's just simple kitchen ingredients, but the spices, but that was working amazingly. And then after that I went to Ayurvedic college, and then I learned, and then so then that makes sense. Oh, that's why my grandma used to use this for this, and for acne, and something like that. And so she used to make one paste, for skin glow and for face and all those things, because there were many women in the house. And so that's what I had kind of interest. And then afterwards, in India, in Pune, so I learned some skincare and how to make skincare products in India with Dr. Paranjpe. And then I came here, and then I did esthetician course.
Okay.
And, so I became esthetician, and so that's how I see more skin conditions.
Right.
And and women's health also, especially when you see any skin conditions, there are many causes, like impurities or toxins, unknowingly, knowingly, we just ingest through food, water, environment, whatever, but nobody talks about emotional health. And since as a women, so how important that point is. So I always make connection between women and emotional health, and then skin, because definitely that affects on your skin is an emotional membrane. So whatever we put on our skin, or whatever we do to our skin, it immediately it goes into your system. It's transdermal absorption, and then it reaches to your nervous system also, because there are same neurotransmitters in your skin and in your brain. And so so if you do anything, it's just simple touch, or whatever you apply is simple oil and do massage, immediately it calms down your nervous system. And so it helps for your emotions, and as a woman, she needs that.
Right. Good point. I think many people here will resonate with that sentiment. So actually, at this point, maybe this is a nice point to open up for some questions from those of you who are here. So just feel free to, switch on your mic and speak. You can put in your questions in the chat also.
Shruti, we have one question here for Dr. Manisha.
Sure.
You traveled so much, and in all these different cultures, you were able to adapt Ayurveda. So how did you merge and keep the integrity of Ayurveda with all these different cultures?
Yeah, that's a good question. As I told you earlier, it was difficult at the beginning, moving from one place to another and adapt, their environment and everything, food and everything. But we did that. Means that was a learning process, and that's how we grew. And then that's what we have is some Ayurvedic principles that we should not forget about that, and we need to use those principles wherever we go, wherever we travel. It's basically our lifestyle. So wherever you go, it's you wake up in the morning, you do your sadhana, you do your meditation, you do some yoga, and what you get to eat, make sure you make always healthy choices, and then how you will connect your biological rhythms with that environment, with the nature. That's what it is important. And so I used to carry now I laugh at myself, but I used to carry a pressure cooker in my bag, one pot to make tea and to make concoction and all that things, one strainer is like, and my spice box, spice dabba, so wherever I go, and I used to manage our diet, and especially we had kids, and so but we did that somehow.
You figured out the essential,
that's why
tools.
Ayurveda helped, us, because what we have learned from Ayurveda is like diet, lifestyle, sleep, all these things you have to have every day. It's just like, it's a continuous process. Health, maintaining health, it's a continuous process. It's not only like you will do 7-day Panchakarma or 1 month Panchakarma and then you are good to go for rest of your life. No, it's after Panchakarma also you have to have, keep up with that, and keep up with your lifestyle, diet and everything. And so it's always, so wherever you go, you just start your day with your whatever is your sadhana, whatever suits you according to your constitution and everything. So that's how we managed. And means that's what we learned from Ayurveda. We need to walk the talk.
Very nice. Yeah, there are also
in
Devmalya's.
India, when we were in India, we never seen snow. And when we went to Russia, I started crying because it's like, it was the snow I never seen in my life, And so immediately I said, now I need to go back to India. I cannot do this and that. And so, but after that, somehow I started enjoying that snow, and then we did it.
Yeah, no, I can also relate to that, having moved from India to US. I was always so scared of snow for the longest time, and then I lived in Germany for 1.5 years. And it was snowing there in the winter extensively. So that was my first time living with snow, and I got over my fear of snow. And Devmalla is actually saying also that as a student coming from India to US, pressure cooker was one of the first things he put in his check-in bag.
So funny.
We have a question from Pradnya too. She's asking, what would be your topmost suggestion to women suffering from a lot of stress that can manifest disease? Your topmost suggestion.
Great question. Self-care. Whatever you do, how busy you are, okay, find 1 hour for yourself. That's it. Women needs her own time. Okay, do anything, whatever you like. Go for a walk, go for gym, do anything, whatever makes you happy, whatever you like to do. And that's the biggest stress relief, because it's a mad race and we suffer in that, especially as a woman. So there are so many transitions women go through, from menarche to pregnancy or delivery and menopause in any age you are. So there are so many different changes, so many different psychophysiological changes because of these hormones, and so we don't realize that. So but we need to pay more attention, and we need to take care of ourselves. We put our health on back burner always, and we always take care of others, but at least 1 hour you need to give for yourself.
Very good point.
I mean, there are simple things that we like to do, but because of time, because we are busy, that we can't do, and so simple things makes us happy. And so I always tell my clients, so write down what makes you happy and what makes you unhappy, and how you will incorporate all those things that will make you happy. Just do it, put that list on your refrigerator, put that list on your work, and it's a kind of reminder. And so do those, simple little things makes us happy. And so that's a way to relieve your tension. Yeah. And whatever makes us unhappy, how I can delete that from my system, that's what we need to learn and move on. Because there are so many things to learn, and we are the one that we unnecessarily trap into like past things, and then we think a lot. So instead of doing that, just we need to try to forget those past things, and then what's right now, it's in the present moment. Okay. And that's what we need to enjoy, this present moment, and move on and learn something new. So that also helps, it's give some challenges to yourself, and that will also make you more it's more encouraging, it's more exciting. When you wake up in the morning, you have to have some kind of purpose, you have to have some kind of excitement for the day. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, now I'm ready for that. It's, you have to be so.
But a lot of women who are going through, stress or depression, like they don't feel that on a daily basis, right? So that basically that they don't have the motivation to do those things. In those situations, like what is your message to the women? How do you connect with them? How do you get them to change their?
That's means that's what it's like. We think same thoughts again and again, it's the same day, whatever we generated from last 5-10 years, those thoughts, so we generate again. And so we are not in the present moment, and that's why we don't enjoy that. Again and again we spend more time and energy necessarily in the past time. But that's what, and it's our nature, it's our human nature. Okay. But that's what we need to learn, that how we can forget that, and how we can create more resilience. Because we always think about it like, who did bad to me, who said what, bad those words, and then we just think unnecessarily, and we just keep in our system. So but we need to delete that from our system. We should not take it as a personally, and that was her problem, and we should forget about it, and move on. And so you need to find, there are so many things to learn. So that's what I'm saying. So you need to be like learning something, or you need to find something to how you will become more motivated and excited. And you need to keep good friends, find some good friends, they will give you motivation. And so when you are with some good friends, it's definitely, yes, you learn and grow.
No, that's a great point. I think shifting focus from being stuck in those thoughts or patterns to learning something, or surrounding yourself with people, or friends, community who can help you heal. Those are definitely very important points.
Yeah.
Michelle, any further questions?
Yes, Kalpana is asking something more specific. Menopausal women, especially Indian, have a tendency to develop skin discoloration in the form of patches on their cheeks. How can this be avoided and treated?
So what do we do to that discoloration, that patches? That's what you are asking. During
Yes.
menopause, what they get?
Yes,
Yes.
Dr. Manisha. More importantly, more than the treatment, I'm curious why it happens also. Like, right, it's very common, and you see it all the time,
Okay.
especially in women. Like, even just what causes it, even if you whatever your thoughts. I'm just curious about it.
Yes. It's because of hormonal changes. It's because of low estrogen, and estrogen is hormones which is responsible for good Agni in our system. So as we get older, as we get in Vata phase, so it diminishes that, and it's related with your Pitta. Okay, especially it's related with your Brajaka Pitta. Okay, so Brajaka Pitta, we all know it's responsible for skin luster, for skin health, and everything. Okay, so when Pitta gets depleted, okay, when Agni also gets depleted, so that affects on Brajaka Pitta Agni also. And so that's what, since Brajaka Pitta gives luster and color, so when it gets depleted, that's what it cannot, keep up with that fairness, fair skin, or that luster. And instead of that, it kind of gets mixed into Vata, and that's what that discoloration you will see. Okay, so it's all about the hormones. It's all about the imbalance with hormones and Brajaka Pitta. So when you will, that's why Ayurveda talks about Panchakarma. That's why during this, menopausal transition, that's why Ayurveda talks about rejuvenation, samrasayana. And when you will give something to improve your Agni and to improve your hormones like phytoestrogen, when you are taking more through herbs and through your diet or through your spices, those phytoestrogen, so that will affect. And it's not only after you need to do, it's very difficult to reverse that, but before that, in order to work on your menopause, you have to start working through your childbearing age, through whenever you are, menstruation. So make sure you have regular menstruation, make sure you have, menstruation without PMS, and, not any other problems. And that will help to go into smooth menopausal transition. So it's not only about that skin discoloration. There are so many things, this 7 dwarfs of menopause, like itchy, beachy, all those things. I don't want to go more into detail and more like
I haven't heard this before.
But yes, it is because of that. And yeah, so add more phytoestrogen in your diet, okay, through spices and through some herbs and through your diet. And then externally do self-abhyanga, self-massage according
Right.
to your constitution, whichever is your constitution. So use that oil, and that will help.
Is also the onset of arthritis kind of, happens around this time with menopause?
Yes.
So what are some things that, you suggest for women who are going through that, maybe not even at the menopausal time, as you're rightly pointing out, this some of these, self-care practices should start even in your childbearing age itself. So what are some suggestions that you give to Rogis for that?
First thing is depends upon their constitution. It depends upon their imbalances. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for anyone, like self-massage and some kind of spiritual practice, definitely as a women, we need that. How we can keep our nervous system calm and cool, that is most important. Once our nervous system is calm, then all our system will become calm.
Right.
So practice meditation, practice some kind of spiritual, you can do alternate nostril breathing that will balance your left and right, that will balance your feminine, masculine, that will balance your hormones. Simple yoga, go for a walk, all these things, yeah, that will help. And keep up with your diet, do some kind of exercise. That also I see a lot in my practice, that women, they don't do exercise as a regular basis, and they think, oh, I work a lot and I don't have time, and they just give different reasons. But no, you need to improve your circulation, you need to improve your lymphatic system, and so it's really necessary as a woman
Got it.
to
Okay.
keep, how to get rid of excess impurities, because we accumulate those. Even though we eat healthy diet that we think, but no, there are so many other things, and so we need to detoxify our system time to time. So do some fast. I always recommend that also, have some green juices, or have some liquid fast, khichdi fast once a week. Yeah, at least once a month. Do self massage, all these simple things what we have learned from Ayurveda. But we need to do it. Doing is important. We know all these things, but we don't do it, and we just
Right. It's only when the problem is severe, when people start to focus on it. So
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
But yeah, every day we need to do that.
Got it. There are a few more questions. So Michelle, if you would like.
Shruti Om was asking if he could pose a question. Do we have time?
Sure. Let's take maybe another 1 or 2 questions, and then we can move on.
Hello, namaste, Dr. Manisha. Thank you for your wisdom.
Namaste.
Yes. So simply saying that you women, you do matter, you do exist, and you are a pure soul, and you do matter. It doesn't work. They still are not able to cross their boundary. Even they count their husband as a child. So I have 3 children, and husband is a child. So I have 4 children in my family. So they take so much responsibility on them. And as Dr. J has said, that women is a pure nature, and they carry nature with them. And even those effective words sometimes don't motivate them. They keep coming back with the sufferings of emotional health, anxiousness, future. How would I transition to perimenopause, to menopause? Those small things, I ask them, do you miss them, or would you miss them? So I say, we have them, we are trouble. We don't have them, we worry about it. So where would you be happy? So I was asking that, what are the simple sentences way to motivate, our mata, our bhane, to take care of themselves?
Great question. Now you put me in trouble. No.
Saying the practicality what I face every day.
Yes.
All kind of people, and I feel for them. I said, maybe when I was in India, I did not realize the value of my mother and sister and all the mahilas. But here, when I see them and what they go through, especially coming to Ayurveda, I always namaste to them and salute them that you're coming for taking care of your health. But still they don't.
I know it's a lot. Woman is like from here to there. She is like running around, taking care of our family, kids, and then at work also. So she needs to keep up with all that deadlines and everything, projects, and it's a lot in her plate. And so what you are saying, that what will make her motivated. So what I have realized in my practice, talking to all these women clients, that number one is appreciation. So if she hear good appreciative words from others, then she feels good. Okay, so it's her nature, it's women's nature. God has given feminine shakti, or it's more strength to do all these things, and to even though she suffers, she is kind of ready to accept that challenge, and then she does that, and she moves on. So that's her challenge, and that's her real nature. But because of our hectic lifestyle, and so she needs to keep up with everything, so she can't take care of herself. And that's what I'm saying again and again, that you need to find, as a woman, you need to find 1 hour for yourself and do anything you want. Okay, forget about, for that 1 hour, forget about your family, forget about your work, and then just have, that time is like me time, and do whatever you want. So that will feel you good about yourself. And once all the women, when they will feel good about themselves, they can take any other challenge, and they will work, means they do all the time, but
Right.
it's a kind of motivation for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So acceptance, appreciation, affection, all these things are very important in women's life. And other people, or in family members or friends, colleagues, whatever, always think about it, and then small things just to appreciate, and then just
Right.
accept
Part of it is also, I
whoever
think,
she is and
educating the
what she does.
family.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all about that. Yeah.
All
So
right.
she will also think that, oh, somebody is taking care of me, oh, somebody is thinking of me, and
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, in a family setting, I think that gets missed a lot of times, right? You're as the mother, as the wife, you're just doing all of your duties, and not necessarily getting the appreciation for it. So that makes a lot of sense. A family has a big role to play in recognizing and giving her that recognition.
Yeah.
Very, very important point.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a few more questions, I see, and we have about 5 minutes left. So Dr. Manisha, if you have maybe another 5-10 minutes after this, then we could extend a little bit. But if you're busy, then we can also just wrap up in 5 minutes.
Oh, whatever are the questions, I will take.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So Michelle, if you can take more of the questions.
Sure. Renu is asking, in this modern time of cupping and acupuncture, which is so everybody's more familiar with, where do mama points come into your practice of Ayurveda? And do you use mama points for skin and the beauty regimens in your clinic?
Marma points?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They're effective, we all know. And it's not only that when these clients, they come to our clinic during Panchakarma or during massages or different treatments, we press them or we use them. It's not only that, but in my regular consultation also. So if there is any problem, then I tell them, oh, here is the marma point, and if you press that. So yesterday I had a lady, so she was complaining about her eyes. So she said, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I see my eyes are red and I feel kind of burning. And then I told her, oh, it's all about pitta and this and that. But I told her to press that marma point on her foot, okay, so which is related to the eyes. And so I do that in my practice regularly. So if you have any, acne, if you have any other problem, so yes, it's very simple and easy technique. If you know that marma point, just tell them. If you know any mudra, just tell them. So there are simple things, but they work. Is that answer your question?
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you so much. There's another question from Tracy. She's asking, she hopes to start her own business in the fall and wants to focus on a select group of people. What are your feelings about Ayurvedic counselors and practitioners starting as specialists focusing on a specific group of people, or do you think something different about them being more generalist in the beginning? What would be your preference or your feelings on that?
Now, if you if you have interest in like kind of specific group like elderly people or in children, yeah, go for it. Why not? It's a good idea, because so whatever it feels good to you, or there is some kind of background maybe from childhood or whatever you have learned or whatever is the environment around you, and that's making you like motivated, and you want to target that certain group, yeah, go for it. You don't have to have
Right.
all
So
other.
Tracy, please feel free to, also provide more details. Like, are you talking about, do you want to share a little more about what group you want to work with? And do you see any concerns there?
So, and hi, I'll jump on the mic. Yes, I actually specifically do want to work with elderly patients, and eventually hope to grow my practice and do a treatment for end of life patients. And I have an affinity for this. I'm already a caregiver. I'm already very involved in the senior community. It's just a group I feel interested to working with. And, when you mentioned children, as I look at a practice, I just, as much as I feel an affinity for working with the elderly, I do not feel that affinity at all for working with children. So that kind of is driving this, but a lot of it is, I just, as you had mentioned, there is an affinity. I'm already working with elderly people. I'm very involved in the elderly South Asian community here in Southern California, and I would just like to really engage that group with my future practice.
Go for it. It's very rewarding. I know it's a difficult job. I know it's very heady job, but it's very rewarding, and you are doing a good karma. You are because all these elderly people, it's whenever you can, yes, you need to do some kind of seva for elderly people. And so if you are doing that, it's you are getting a lot of good blessings and good karma. So yeah, go for it. It is rewarding, and if you enjoy that, yeah.
Thank you. The flip side of that question is, for those of us that are AWP and AWC students, is as we're coming out into the world, kind of the flip side of that question is is there an expectation that we should be kind of like doctors do, where you're just kind of a generalist in everything until after 3 or 4 years you get to choose a specialty? So that was the kind of the flip side of that. You addressed that, which is no, there's not that expectation that we have to go out there and be this all-rounder for a few years until we develop a full range of skills. And
as you start working with them, and I think that's how you will learn, and that's how you will grow. So it's not about as we all know that it's a vata phase, and according to that there are some common signs and symptoms, and so just simple things during that age, like doing Abhyanga, or simple aromatherapy, or just a loving touch, and doing foot massage, and all, or giving some like vata concoction, tea. All these simple things will make or create a huge difference in that kind of elderly community. So whatever it depends upon your situation, where you are and how you are, and how do you want to deal with that. And, it's not taking too much stress on yourself, because that is also important. In order to work with these elderly people, I have seen there are so many clients I have that they do work, but they themselves get stressed out after some time. And so you should not feel about that. And so, you should take it easy and see what are these simple things and modalities what we have learned, and that will make a huge difference. You don't have to go more in herbs and details and treatments and something like that.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Michelle, any more questions?
Yes, just one. Dr. Manisha, if you had to travel the world again, besides your pressure cooker, what would be your one spice or herb that would be your go-to that you would keep with you?
Only one spice?
That's very difficult question.
I would do ginger.
Ginger, that's a
Because
great one.
it is available everywhere. Yeah. Sanskrit name for ginger is Vishwa Bheshaj. Vishwa means whole world. Bheshaj means medicine. And so ginger is the medicine for whole world. And so we know it's effective in any age, in any condition, and it's very useful for everyone. It is available. So yeah, I would travel with that. Whenever I will get fresh, I would enjoy, but otherwise I will use dry ginger. I will carry with me.
Wonderful. That's a great one. All right. So I do want to be respectful of your time and wrap up soon. But the last question that I really just wanted to ask you is, there's a lot of, you have this amazing experience with women's health, skincare, beauty. Do you also work with students to mentor them? How can they, work with you more closely? If you have any thoughts around that, or would like to share any offerings that you may have.
There are some students, they come and they see our practice. They sometimes they join with our consultation. They watch, observe treatments what we do, and so we make our own herbal formulas here, and so they observe that, and they so some students, they do come, and then
Good. There's an interesting comment in the chat just now after the last question that was asked. Dev Malya says, moral of the story, you can never trick a Vaidya with one herb. Big question. So wonderful. All right. So thank you so much for being here today and taking all of these questions. Thank you to all the participants for being here today. Lovely to see you all and interact with you today. And thank you again to Michelle, to Kalpana for helping us organize this session today. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Great, very, very happy Guru Purnima to all of you. And hope to see you soon next weekend for our community hours event, and then for the next event in August. So thank you everyone for being here today.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Shruti, for having me, and best wishes for your team.
Thank you so much.
Definitely you will grow, and everybody is liking it, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.